Morning everyone. It's gonna be another hot one. Absolute scorcher. It's currently 20 past 10 in the morning. I've done about 3-4 miles today already. Very similar to my last ride, I think. Stay close to the routes I know, stay close to the gas stations, stay close to the parks with the water fountains that I know about. But, you know, really be mindful of hydration and fuel and how my body's feeling. But it's also important to get out there and kick some hay. Hey puppy! Going past the dog park here at Legacy Park in Cottleville. That dog wanted a piece of me. So how y'all doing? Beautiful. Right now, I'm going to be absolutely scorched in a couple of hours. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Enjoy it while you can. Enjoy it while you can. My wife and my eldest are on a float trip down the Merrimack right now. But I decided to do this instead. I'm an idiot. Nah, this is what I love to do, so I'm going to do this while I can. Alright, let's get some miles under our belt. Alright, still on the Darren Greenway, going past the Tony Glavin Sports Club, home of the St. Louis Lions USL 2 team. Tony is from Scotland, big Celtic fan, but apart from that, he's alright. Yeah, played for, I think it was the St. Louis Ambush or the St. Louis Steamers or the Storm or what, a collection of those. But when I went to England in March or April it was, he was on the flight back with me, coming back from a Celtic FC game. Alright, so as I say, pretty similar route to my last video. I want to stay close to the water sources and places I know in case I get into trouble or dehydration or whatever. I mean, it's what, 10:30, 10:40, it's already hard, so I'm already sweating. In fact, honestly, I was sweating as I was setting my bike up this morning. Such is life, but glad to be out, feeling alright right now. We'll see how we're feeling in about 2 or 3 hours. Alright, 22k in or so, still doing alright. I was tempted though, as a preemptive strike, to stop at a Walgreens and grab myself some a little tube of sun lotion. That may come back to haunt me that I didn't. I did obviously apply and lather it on this morning about 20 minutes before I left, so I had a time to bed in, but you know, the amount I'm sweating, I probably sweated a bunch of it off. But so far so good. I'm back on the Trek road bike today. You know, God love that salsa, but there's nothing like your familiar trusty steed, which is my Trek Damani. I think I bought a frame size too big. I should have got a 56 instead of a 58. I think the geometry would have been better for me, but I've tinkered with it enough. You know, I've shortened the stem, I've narrowed the handlebars, I've changed saddle 4 times. But this Brooks B17 seems to do the business. And talking of Brook, I'm at Brown Road now, at Brown Road Park. I'm going to stop here, grab some water, and then I'm going to head off into the farm roads again. Like I always do, right? Seems to, as I say, seems to be my go-to thing. Farm roads again. I love the farm roads. I love coming out here. They're flat, they're lightly travelled, they're full of corn. Oh, these weeping willows over here, they are stunning. Hope you can see them. I'll try and maybe try and zoom in on them. They're just stunning. I might come back and take a photograph of them. They're beautiful. I was on the Darden Greenway before and a deer bolted out in front of me. Majestic it was. I've never got my camera out when that happens. Such is life. But we'll see how these farm roads do today. It's kind of brutal. There's no shade, so you know, might not be all the fun and games I'm used to, but you know, I do love it out here. Been watching the Tour de France. I can't watch the Tour de France. I got 2 4-year-olds. Watch Barney. What's Sesame Street? What's Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood? I do think Teddy Podrigar is going to do the business again. He just seems unstoppable, that kid. I mean, obviously I'm pulling for Ineos being English. I'm pulling for Geraint Thomas or Adam Yates. But, you know, that little Slovenian kid, just amazing. I love sitting and watching it. We're watching the scenery. You know, we don't get alpine passes in St. Charles County, Missouri. Thank goodness. Maybe one day I'll go over there and watch it for real. Went to see the milk race in England when I was a kid. It finished in England. And Robert Miller came second. He was my hero back then. He was riding for Greg LeMond's Z team. I was willing him to win. It finished in Manchester, my hometown, and they did like 5 laps around there. And they crashed at the end. They pretty much crashed on the last lap. And he only needed to win it by 5 seconds, but he couldn't do it. But yeah, Robert Miller, he was my hero back then. Mainly because he dragged Greg LeMond up the mountains, and he was no slouch on his own. He didn't really need dragging up. Bit of Sonic, cherry limeade, and some salty fries. It sounded delicious right now. I can't stop sweating. I feel alright. Legs are a little rough. I need to wear out my ass a bit more by standing up in the saddle. But apart from that, I do feel okay. It's just awfully hot. So I'm just going to enjoy sitting in the shade for a bit, have me a big old iced cherry limeade, and then get on with the day. Stopped again. It's really hot, guys. It's 100 degrees. It's pretty brutal outside. There's a nice breeze, but I've done maybe at 50k. And I feel that the rest of the trip's just going to be short hops of rest stop to rest stop to rest stop and shade and pavilions just to get me home. It's pretty brutally hot. I had that food about 5-10 miles ago, that Sonic, and it's just sank like a stone to the depths of my stomach. And it's just pouring out. I mean, I've got me a cold cherry limeade still. It is still got some ice in it, so it is cold, but it's just pouring out of me, as you can tell. So I'm just gonna enjoy the shade and meander my way home again. And it pretty much will have been exactly the same video as the one I did last time. Only 5 degrees warmer. Yuck. It is so hot. I'm at the pavilion at Rabbit Run Park. Sat in the shade. There is a faucet and a water fountain. And I just keep filling up my water bottle with the cold water out of the faucet and just tipping it over my head. It's 96, feels like 105. I've never been so hot in all my born days. And I'm kind of been dreading getting home. I don't know if I feel woozy on the bike or whatnot, but I don't feel myself. It's not that far home. It's not that far home, but you know, it's so simple to say, I'll just leave my bike here, go get an Uber. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. But I don't want to be unsafe either. I'm trying to listen to my body and I feel like I'm at the limit. Honestly, I do feel like I'm at the limit. Like if I feel any worse, then I have to call it. I feel worse for having that food at the Sonic, honestly. Bad choice. Hey ho. There is a cool breeze when it blows though, which is lovely. But yeah, it's Since the fries and the burger and the limeade, I don't feel so good. And my body, since I had the stomach operation, my body doesn't tolerate sugar very well. You know, and I imagine that cherry limeade was packed full of sugar and sweetener and aspartame and all manner of rubbish. You know, and I tried to behave. I filled my water bottles up with Nun tablets this morning, but all I feel like I could drink right now is just straight water. Nothing, no hydration mix, no soda, no energy bull, Red Bulls or whatever. Just straight water. That's all I want. But yikes, it's warm. Be very, very quiet. So I did manage to catch some deer on the camera, but wasn't great. Wasn't BBC David Attenborough quality, but they really do abound on the Darden Greenway. It's 105. It's 105. I'm going to be brutally honest and say this has not been a pleasant experience. It's like I'll do 5 miles and then look for a bench in the shade. Do 5 miles, look for a bench in the shade. I'm back at Legacy Park under a pavilion. It's not far to home, 3 miles maybe, if that. But it's just getting there. It's been a slog. It's been an absolute slog. I've probably been out for 5 hours. I've done metric centuries quicker than this. I've probably only done 60, 65k. I've done metrics quicker than this. And I'd like to say it's because of the heat, but it's probably me being unfit. No, but I feel good. I mean, my legs feel good. It's just the heat is oppressive. The heat is oppressive. Maybe this is why I enjoy riding at night now so much. But the heat is oppressive. It's like riding into a blast furnace. But I got out there, and that's a win. And you know what? I didn't stop at a Panera Bread and call an Uber either. I'm making my way home, slowly but surely. I didn't quit. You know, I've got to look on the bright side of things. But still, I need to get my mileage up somehow. I'm not happy with where that's at. But again, you know, I've got to listen to my body. If my body's saying, Matt, you can't do this. You can't do this when it's 105. Then I have to listen to it. All right. I'm going to cut it short here. We are at 66.98 kilometers for the day. It's probably 6 or 7 back to the house. It's not far. Straight through Cottleville onto Westwood, if you know the area. If you're watching this in Sri Lanka, you haven't got a clue what I'm talking about. But it's about 6k home. And we'll try again another day. See ya.